Hey, beautiful Virgo. This is Brandon with Wow, here to bring your reading for July 31st through the 7th. We are in full swing in Leo season, so you can consider this, even though it's the 31st, let's go ahead and consider this your August 1st reading as well, taking you into the new month. I hope everybody's having a wonderful, wonderful week thus far. I hope you had a wonderful weekend as well. I hope those vibes worked out for you. And we're also closing out a very kind of in-your-face retrograde with Mercury retrograde closing out. The actual retrograde is done tonight going into tomorrow, but there's still a little bit of shadow energy out there once the retrograde is done, so be aware of that. We're not exactly in the clear, but it shouldn't be as intrusive as it has been. But without further, let's go ahead and get into the reading for you. As I said, I hope you're having a wonderful week thus far. I know it gets a little bit close coming with the weekly readings and the weekend vibes, but I kind of like doing them midway through the week. Kind of gives you something to look forward to, because I know there's a lot of other tarot readers out there on YouTube, so it's wonderful to have something a little bit fresh in the middle of the week to carry you through to the middle of next week, isn't it? And plus, I like the Wednesday setting. Whoop, there we go. I like the Wednesday setting because Wednesday is the day of voting, and also my mother's name is Gwen, and as she likes to call it, it's Gwen's Day. So, boom. Sorry about that. But yeah. All right, first out for the beautiful, beautiful Virgo, we're going to make sure that we're staying in action this week. Make sure that we're keeping ourselves graceful like the dancer here. You don't want to get caught up in lazy energy, and you don't want to get too floaty with how your mind's thinking. You don't want to get lost in thought too much, all right? We want to be thought in action this upcoming 7 days. That way, we're not only developing what we can't see, but also attaching ourselves to what's physical, what's real, and making sure that we're an active part of our world. We're an active part of our environment. We're kind of pushing the envelope, as it were. But let's make sure that we're taking action this week. If you have things that you've been wanting to do, start doing them. Take baby steps. You don't have to go a full, like if you want to get into a workout, you don't have to go full tilt and go work out for an hour and blah, blah, blah. No, you don't have to do that. You can get up and jump around for like 5 minutes. And you just grounded yourself. You just got active. You just got kinetic. The way I like I do a combination of things when I meditate and when I work out. I combine them into one. If you're really curious about what I mean by that, I have you can go on my channel and click on playlists, and you'll see all of them there, but you'll click on the one called kineticism. And that's how I like to work out. That's how I like to ground myself out. That's how I like to cleanse myself spiritually as well, because I'm meditating as I'm doing it. I can't sit still and just, even though I'm a big fan of these cards, I can't sit still and do that pose and just, I mean, I can, but it bothers the shit out of, excuse my language, it bothers me to the point to where I have to move around. So get active this week. Don't allow yourself to just feel like you have to develop one part of you, or that's all you can focus on at a time. That's what this new energy is about. It's about changing the norms. It's about coming in with new energy that says, I don't have to do things this way to do that. You know what I mean? You don't have to do things the way they were done in the past to get the job done. All right, but let's make sure that we're keeping ourselves as beautiful as the dancer is here. Look at that pose that she's striking. Her from the top over here by her hand all the way down to her feet down here is in wonderful pose. It's prose in pose. You know what I mean? But also for the lovely, wonderful Virgo out there, let's make sure that we're communicating honesty, all right? Don't allow anybody to take you out of your honesty, out of what defines you, what it means to be Virgo, okay? And we're changing the norms. We're changing that energy as well. It's not about looking in the usual stock horoscope, my sign is this, this, and this. No, it's not that. It may be some of that, but it's also this, this, and this over here, because you're you. There's different degrees to being a Virgo, and it's time to start communicating that. If you're having troubles with anybody, if you communicate honesty and honestly, then there's going to be no problem. You've done your part. You've done your portion. You let everybody else fail you, okay? But never fail yourself. And the way you're going to do that is bringing honesty not only to others, but to yourself. Don't accept anything less. If somebody smells like a skunk, then that means that they freaking are. So if you feel like somebody is bullcrapping you, call them out on it, or just keep it to yourself and push them to the side. You know what I mean? But you want to exist in honesty this week. You don't want to be led astray. You don't want to put a snowball lie out there that's going to tear down your wonderful temple, that's going to smash into your home and break everything down. Okay? So be honest. Communicate honesty, and that's going to be one of your superpowers over the next 7 days. Okay? That should be everybody's superpower if you ask me. But hey, I'm not the judge, jury, and executioner. You know what I mean? But let's make sure that we're existing in a beautiful, fair, and trustworthy way when we communicate. Okay? All right, and also for the wonderful Virgo, let's make sure that we're minding our possessions. If you've been going through it with a significant other, let's make sure that they're not taking anything away from you by doing what they're doing, okay? Continue to stand in your Virgo power. Whatever. Continue to exist in your Virgo power, okay? That's what's going to be your strength. That's what's going to keep you grounded throughout this next coming week. You're already starting out this week grounded. As long as you stay active and stay in action, then you're going to be your best self over the next 7 days. But we want to make sure that nobody is taking anything from us by lying to us. We want to make sure nobody's leading us astray with their bullcrap. Okay, so let's exist in this honest communication. That way we know that everything that we're doing is a product of our own energy, okay? And this is going to be a key ingredient. Let's exist in this heart chakra energy. If there is somebody out there who is, or if your significant other or if your loved one is giving you a tough time, a hard time, forgive them for it. Everybody feels how they feel when they feel it, but that feeling is only a temporary disruption. So don't think it's going to last forever. Don't think that because they came out of pocket and surprised you with what they've done, that they're going to be that same person for the eternity of your relationship. No, it's probably just a temporary thing that you need to forgive them for. Maybe if it's something that you've done, maybe it's something that you need to forgive yourself for and allow yourself to move forward and not get caught up on the, oh, I let myself down kind of thing. Don't put that self-hate out there. Don't knock notches off your own ladder and fall to the ground because you couldn't stand on your own. You're going to want to open up your heart chakra so that you are able to forgive others and forgive yourself. Doesn't mean you have to go and ask for forgiveness. It says you have to allow forgiveness and say, hey, I'm okay. We'll be okay. Just leave me alone right now. That's all you have to do. Okay, but that's what forgiveness is all about. It's not about groveling. It's not about submitting. You know, a lot of people think that when you offer forgiveness, you're submitting. No, you're being the strong one. It's the other person that's submissive. You understand? Forgiveness is power. All right, so let's exhibit that if we need to, especially if you're involved with somebody and they're really ticking on your nerves right now. Allow it. Because it's just the universe trying you right now to see just how good of a person you think you are. Okay? And for the beautiful, beautiful Virgo out there, let's mind our desires, okay? Let's make sure that we're not getting caught on things that, or get dependent on things that take us out of our natural existence, okay? Let's make sure we're not overindulging in alcohol or anything. I know everybody likes to party, you know what I'm saying? Everybody likes to have a good time, but you don't have to have a good time all the time. Sometimes it's about just kind of being middling and existing in just kind of a neutral state and just allowing the universe to exist around you for a little bit. It's about that sometimes too. So mind your desires and make sure they're not impeding you from being as beautifully from being prose and pose. You know what I'm saying? Let's make sure that we're being poetic in all that we do, and that includes your desires as well. If something that you desire all the time doesn't speak to the poetry in your heart, then it's exactly that. And it's something that you probably need to keep a leash on. That way it doesn't get out of hand. If it already has, it's something that you need to put a leash on so that it gets back in the yard. You understand? But watch your desires. especially if it's with a significant other. Don't let somebody else dictate what it is that your day is about. I know a lot of people come to these readings for love, and they want to know about their soulmate, and is this my twin flame, and all that, and blah blah blah. You're never going to smooth that out if you keep trying for it and keep wanting it so bad. That's the beautiful thing about manifestation, is it's something that you kind of just allow to come to you. It's like when you first meet a puppy, and that puppy is kind of scared, but you just put your hand down on the ground, you put it out, and you say, come on. That puppy is going to come to you eventually, no matter how awkward it may seem, how long it takes to get there. It's going to come eventually, and it's going to love you even more for allowing it the space to come to you. So mind your desires. Don't let them take you out of your natural sacral energy right now, Virgo. Don't let your desire for something to happen misguide you and misdirect you down a path that's even harder than the one that you're on right now. And there's no such thing as a smooth road, so don't be worried about a little bit of turbulence, Virgo. There's natural bumps in the road, and there's a difference between, you know, taking a really tough road, a really tough trail, and just having a bump every once in a while. Sometimes you have speed bumps in the road for your own safety and for others as well. You understand? And this is going to be big for you too this week. We're going to continue to develop this crown energy, this third eye energy. This is your divine consciousness knocking on your door. Once you begin to ground yourself and you begin to balance out these energies, that's when it's kind of like going up an elevator. Ding. This floor, there's florals. This floor, men's wear. This floor is ladies' wear. This floor, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that thing. And as you go up, everything. It's not like the lower floors disappear and no longer exist. It's just that everything's coming into harmony. And as with an elevator that's ascending, the lower floors are supporting your ascension. Okay, so allow the divine consciousness to, just like the cards looks here, to pour into you. Okay, you don't have to work hard for it. It's not something that you have to try for. Oh, I have to do this and I have to sit like this and do all that. No, you don't have to do anything. You just have to allow this kind of thing to come into your life. It's not something you have to do or try for. There are things that you have to practice, that you have to work at, but those are knocking things down that are in its way. It's not exactly you reaching out and grasping for something, you know what I mean? So just kind of allow this energy to flow into you, because it's already there. It's already beginning to trickle down into you. If it's not already pouring into you, I'm sure you know the difference, Virgo. You guys are very good at divining. So I'm sure that you already know whether or not you're existing in this energy, but you also know that whether or not this energy is knocking on your door trying to get in too. So let's make sure that we're keeping that third eye energy open, keeping that crown developing, so that you don't miss out on this divine consciousness that is whispering in your ear right now and would like to turn up the volume, make it a good, nice, conversative volume. So allow that into your life, all right, Virgo? And let's get one more from the bottom. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Like I just said with the other card, we're going to continue to develop this third eye. Right now it's probably open. It's probably you just adjusting the lens, bringing everything into focus, putting clarity to what that vision is bringing to you. It's balancing out. We have to balance these chakras. They don't just disappear once you have one ringing. They you have to balance them all so they're all active cogs within your machinery. That's what a chakra is. That's what the word chakra means. It's a wheel. It's a wheel that turns. It's part of a system, okay? These rotate. There's rotations to this. These things rotate, all right? And it's like a cog in a machine, or like what you see within a clock, okay? One doesn't successfully begin to turn without the other. So let's rotate and evolve, okay? Let's evolve and revolve, I like to say. But you're going to want to stay in this energy if you can. If you're already there, you're going to want to open this window up if it's a little bit cracked right now. Let that breeze in. Allow that divine consciousness into your life if it's not already there, okay, Virgo? That's going to be real powerful for you over the next 7 days. that's all I have for you for right now. I hope that works wonderfully for you over the next 7 days. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. I hope you're already having a fantastic week and it continues along that fantastic voyage for you. But I'll be talking to you guys soon with the energy weekend read. In the meantime, take care of yourselves and everybody else as much as you can. I love you guys. Peace. Namaste.